Hello everyone, this is Benjamin Ramirez. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, so I wanted to see how well this works. I'm gonna have to I've been mostly studying and playing against computers and trying to learn more and more stuff and working on my openings. So apparently it's the Alkhine. It's not really considered that good, I don't think. I'm sure everybody who likes it is probably not going to want to hear that, but I personally don't think it's that good because you just move your knight around like crazy. I forget if it's C4 or D4 here. I think it's D4 just to force his knight around. I don't remember all the ins and outs of it. I just know that black can be very cramped. But that's the intention. The intention is to overextend the pawns. So, I'm gonna D4 is normally the move, or C5. I'm gonna try knight to C6 because I think if I knight to C6, if I play C5, he can't go to D5. I mean, I don't know where he's gonna place his knight, so I'm gonna try that out. I like to mess around with people's book openings. It really tests your knowledge of the opening itself instead of just memorizing moves. So I like to do stuff like that time to time. All right. Well, that prevents me to move forward. So that's a good move. I'm gonna capture that one. I don't like the idea of capturing it too much because I moved the pawn like 3 times already, and I basically moved something 3 times and lost it. So, but I think it's safe because my develops a little bit more, so I think it's okay. Normally I wouldn't do that. Excuse me. Well, D4 is one of the normal moves here, so I pretty much excuse me, pretty much made the opening look very normal instead of that Alkhine-ish, so that's pretty good. Happy about that. I know I need to develop, but I want to make sure I have a lot of time, so I want to develop appropriately from here. I think this will be fine. I should probably get ready to castle. I'm trying to see if there's any weaknesses in his structure, and I don't really see much that I think I can take advantage of. I think it looks solid, so. Okay. I'm gonna defend the pawn again. He's attacking my knight, so if he Fanchells his bishop, I wanna overprotect my center pawn. So. I wonder if h3 will be any good or not. I mean, he can't go to h5 because then I just move a g4 and he loses bishop, so he'd be forced to capture or move back somewheres. somewhere else. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I can really... I'm not sure if I can really mess up his bishop or not. I think I might be able to. Or at least make him trade with my knight. And when I mess up his bishop, I mean make him undevelop it so he can't use it at the moment. I like castling, but I don't know if I'm gonna castle or not in this game. If I start moving my pawns around like that. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what happens. Okay. I was kind of expecting that. I'll do the G4. I wanna I don't think I might not even castle this game. I wanna really make his bishop go all the way back. Alright. That's what I wanted. Not sure if I want to play C5 or D5. C5 will give bishop the E6 square. D5 would block him in a little bit more. I think I'll do D5. I think so. I want to block his bishop in a little bit more. And it also prevents his knight from developing a little bit. I mean, he can go to A6, so it's not a full, you know. He can go to C6 and then... I mean, A6 then C5. So I might play A3 and then B4 to keep his knight locked in as well. I mean, if I can lock in more than one piece, I'm going to do it. And I really wouldn't need a castle. I mean, they both seem pretty developed. I'm just trying to block in his pieces. My pawns and everything are overextended. So if I'm unsuccessful in blocking his pieces, I'm going to be in trouble. Because, I mean, obviously I can't move my pawns back to defend my king. So I really hope I'm able to keep the momentum going. Because if not, that's going to be horrible for me. Let's see. I could play bishop d4, maybe. Maybe. A4. Bishop d4, a4 maybe is what I'm thinking. That I might be playing very soon. I may want to develop my bishop. I'm not sure if I want a castle or not. Probably a4, because the bishop on d4 is not going to be doing much of anything that I know of. Because it's already defending the c-pawn. And I guess if I want to put it on c2 later to help. But my queen can take care of that. Queen's basically like a bishop in that regard, so I'm not really 100% sure what he's wanting to do, so, or she wanting to do. That's weird. COU. I just seen that gamer tag on Xbox. It wasn't lady though, but it was just something else. But I wonder if that's it'd be weird if that's the same person. Okay. A pretty good move. Attacking the pawn twice. The only finder I can have is the queen on b3 that I can think of. I don't like losing pawns for no reason. Queen at d3 is also possible. d3 or b3. I don't see any other way to save the pawn. Oh, I can trade bishops actually and weaken his king side while protecting my pawn. If I play bishop to d4, he can't take the pawn right away because I'll just take his bishop and then his rook. So if I do that first, that's a good move. If he captures, I capture. I'm threatening his knight and his rook, and I think it's better off for me. He doesn't have control of that diagonal anymore, which is a strong diagonal to have when you defend shadow. So it's good. It's always good to try to find a way to take that piece when you can. When someone's when they defend shadow their bishop. I don't know why it's called that. I think it's a really weird word, but. After this game, I'm going to look at that knight c3 move. I want to see if people played it, because they completely changed the Alkhine defense to a whole different structure. And I'm happy about that. I'm very happy about it. I'm already working on one opening that I'm creating, so if that's not played or in the past, I might even consider that against as an attack for white against that defense. So that will be next, but this is going to take over a year to put out because there's so much data and information I've put together for my opening. So, and I can't put it all at once unless I just write all the notes down and send it to someone, and that's kind of, that they have to put it out for other people. So it's just going to take a long time to get it right. So, but this is definitely interesting. I like it. And since a lot of white players don't focus on the Alkhine defense, a lot of players don't focus on it, white or black that play, doing that would mean you don't have to learn all the lines of it. If you never use it for black and you play e4, then for white, you never have to learn it. So that'd be pretty cool. I'm not sure what he's thinking about. I think he would just simply capture or castle will be the two moves I think is good for him. Preferably, well, castle, I'm not sure how that will work. I was not expecting something like that. Now I gotta find a different way to protect the pawn. I'm not sure if that was good or not. I'm gonna protect the pawn again, and then basically leave in the same situation. Similar, not same, but similar. He can't castle now. Best thing for him is probably capture, is my guess. I'm trying to lock in the bishop, so the pawn structure, yeah, his bishop is pretty much locked in. So me protecting my pawn pretty much sealed the... Okay. That was a little unintentional. Maybe I should think more, because if I don't think more, then I might make mistakes. Okay, so can I do something to... Now, if I don't capture, you can just take it. So I think I have to capture. I think I have a nice setup. If I play bishop to g2 and he captures my pawn and I capture his pawn and he captures with his bishop, my rook can go down and capture a7. His bishop will be attacked twice, so he has to do something about that, and his whole king set will be gone. So I don't have to capture. I can simply play g2, and I think that would be a good setup for me. If he captures my pawn, I capture. He captures his bishop. My rook goes down to h7, and he has to answer that. Otherwise, I get a free bishop. So I think that's a really good setup. I don't see why else he would play f5 unless he's trying to give his bishop movement. This gives bishop movement, but it also, I think, is really good for me. Attacking like this is usually too early because the rooks are not in play, but h7, me taking h7 puts my rook in play. Excuse me. Okay, he didn't do that. Now I'm really confused because I was expecting Alright. Well, if he doesn't want to capture, g5 can keep the bishop tied up. Well, I'll keep the bishop tied up. I'll keep the plan. I really hope I don't blunder because that would be horrible. This is actually kind of interesting game. So a whole game around the bishop. Well, this would make things less complicated. It takes out the whole situation with the bishop. So let's do that first. I'm a little worried about blundering, so I don't want to have that option of making a mistake with my bishop and queen defending it, and I just want to make a mistake. I don't know what kind of mistake I would make, but I just... I like knight to d4, centralizing the knight, but I can't put my knight on e6 because it's attacked by the knight or the bishop, so he can capture it. So I like it there, but I can't do anything with it. You know, that should be fine. I'm not 100% sure what to do, so I'm just gonna centralize my pieces a little bit more. I'm sure something might come up if he messes up. If not, that's a good place for the knight, so it's good to have him there. I might play h4 very, very soon, just because I think it's a really... I'm not going to castle. I don't want to castle. So I think h4 is the next move. But if I play h4, he might go f4 and then have... He can't move his bishop yet, but I'm really focused on his bishop. I wanna do this. I really wanna lock it in completely, the whole game. I mean, of course, I'll abandon it if I think it's a bad move or something. F4 would definitely lock in the bishops. I did not think about that or consider it. Oh, that's too late now. I was just thinking about doing F4 just to block it in. I guess H4 like earlier I was thinking. And then maybe move my bishop to H3 and trade him after all the work I did to block him in. No, I think I want to I think H4 is fine. I'm gonna release that square. My queen is still defending on G4, so the bishop can't go there, even if he wanted to. And if I was him, I'd probably go to bishop F5 just to try to trade it after all that, just to... That probably might not be too bad for him, because if he trades it, then all my pawn structure designed for the bishop would be gone. And it will double his pawns, open up a possible G line for the rook to the king, so might not be too bad for him. But if we trade, I'm going to b4 for my pawn, kicking his knight, and then putting my knight on e6. So if that's definitely the idea I would have if he attempts to try to trade bishops at some point. I can probably initiate the bishop trade. So I'm gonna initiate the bishop trade. I want my knight on e6 is what I want my knight on. All right. So after that, I'm gonna most likely move to b4 and then my knight to e6 if I can. Okay, it's a bit premature. I wanted my knight there. I can capture it with my pawn. He can't take it back. If he does, then I just take it with my knight. So that's a free pawn. Not so free. I can't kick the knight right now. If I kick the knight, he'll just take the pawn. That's not very good for me. My king's in danger. I can actually threaten both. I can protect my pawn better. If I move my knight to d5, he'd have to capture it, and then my pawn will be there, because I'll capture back, and it would actually protect my my king and my pawn. That's not a bad idea. I don't know what else he can do besides take my knight. If he don't take my knight, I can take his queen or rook, depending on what else he does. I just need to find a way to... need to find a place for my knight. So that's fine. I'll just take. Everything's pretty even, actually. Besides, I might move my rook to c1 or my other rook to c3. My a rook to c1 or my h rook to c3. And then pawn up one. So that can be a nice, that'd be awesome if I don't move my king the whole game. I kind of want to do that. Just because of the way this started off, I'm like, I'm going to move my pawns up. I'm not going to castle. And then it's like, let me see if I don't have to move my king at all. Okay. Well, that's going to, rook to c1 is going to take the queen, basically. And that was, my idea was c1, then move the pawn up. I guess he's probably going to resign here. Okay, well, I guess not. I can take it with my other knight, my other rook, I'm sorry, my other rook. I wasn't expecting that move. For a second there, I thought I messed up. That was a good game. Very interesting. Let me look at this right here. Alkhine defense 2 pawn attack. I 2 pawn attack. I'm not sure. I'll look it up later to see if this is an actual variation. Now I wonder where my blunder is. I made a blunder at some point. Not happy about that. One blunder. Everything else is basically perfect. Where is my blunder? Bishop h3 was played. I thought that was a very good move. Maybe my knight was supposed to go here. Oh, okay. That was easy. I mean, if he takes with his bishop, I take with my other knight and throw on his queen and have my pieces all up in his face. So that makes sense. Okay. That was pretty easy to find. Alright. 2 pawn attack. And then that was it. It doesn't say anything else after that. 2 pawn attack. So 2 pawn attack is this. And then nothing is said afterwards. So there is no 2 pawn attack basic certain variation. So I am wondering if this is even a book move. Okay. The first mistake, I moved 13. That's very good. I thought he was going to take it, but I thought taking might be a bad move. So I figured a castle might have been better. But I'm not Stockfish. I can't beat Stockfish. So I guess this was better than the castle. I thought that was a very good move. Because I was planning on at some point. Not that one. Never mind. I thought this was F4. Yeah, I thought F4 was a good move, and it is. Okay. I was surprised by it. I didn't see anything wrong with the castle. I thought it was good. But so he didn't blunder at all in the beginning. He didn't blunder at all. He had no blunders. That's surprising because I won, and it looked like he blundered to me, but he never did. Alright, well, that's cool. I guess my position that I had, there was nothing he can do. So, that's good. That's the difference between, some people have like, I kind of had a perfect game if I didn't blunder. I guess the difference between a master and someone that's not, who would have a perfect game, is that I didn't really understand fully why it was a perfect game. Like, I just try to play off what I understand and principles and so forth. Once my buying becomes more advanced and into it, then I can do all games similar to that. So, alright, well, it was a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was a very unique opening against the Alkhine defense. I guess it's called 2 pawn attack. I don't see a variation after this, so I'm going to look it up to see if there's a variation or not. So e4, knight f6, e5, d5, c4, knight to b6, knight to c3. I'm going to look that up. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, of course. I know I enjoyed the game. After I finish my Sicilian opening, I might start trying to do this one if it's not made yet, because it looks pretty good, and I like it. And I don't like the Alkhine, so this kind of changes into a very positional game.